Good morning, everybody. It's Hump Day, Wednesday, and I today it's funny because as much energy as I had yesterday getting up out of bed, today was rough. Today was rough. So up and down, up and down. It's definitely Hump Day for me. But I wanted to talk about because we were talking yesterday about consistency, right? And one of the things that really hurts us with our consistency is our ability to focus on what's important and avoid investing too much time and energy into the things that drain us. It can be the typical distractions that people think about. TV. It can be your phone. It can all those sorts of things, right? But there's other things that we feel are incredibly important that we still need to guard our energy with. And what made me think of this was the Tennessee tornado, right? Awful situation. It's an absolute awful situation, and I feel for everybody there. And I know a lot of you do, and I know there's a lot of you from Tennessee that are actually physically impacted by this. Um, but one of the things we sort of have to be aware of is how much we let ourselves engage in that and how much it knocks us off of what we can control in our own lives. And so, when we look at everything that's going on, especially when it comes to things in the news, whether it's the coronavirus, politics, disasters, all of these sorts of things that we have immediate access to all of the time, where 100 years ago would take sometimes weeks or months for us to get news about something like this, right? Now we see it in real time, happening all the time. And our minds engage with all these things, right? Whether it's crime in our city or these big disasters, our minds just go to it, and we give it this big space in our world. And we need to watch. We need to guard ourselves and kind of limit how much it impacts us, because in reality, these things are going to happen no matter what, right? Disasters happen, crimes happen, and there's very little that us as individuals can do to change that. Now, we can change things. I'm not saying don't try to have an impact in your local community with the people around you. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that all of this stuff, we have to decide where we can invest our energy, because if we can't control it, we need to focus on the things we can try to control. I understand control is an illusion and all this other stuff, right? We can't control everything, and the more we try to control a lot of things, the more things are going to go crazy on us, right? But we can keep adjusting our direction to stay in the direction that we want to go, to stay on the path, right? And we cannot get knocked off of our path because of something happening that we can't control, right? And a lot of times, like politics, our limit to controlling politics would be campaigning for somebody, it would be voting for somebody, and it would be contributing to somebody. And there might be other ones in there. But arguing with people on Facebook, probably not going to change that person's mind. You're getting emotionally invested in that thing. And then it's taking away your attention from what is best for you right now. Whether it's your family, your job, you're putting energy into that, and you have a limited amount, and you're taking it away from the things that you really need to focus on. And so there's this concept of and in fact it's a concept that's very similar to The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F, the book, right, from Mark Manson, where you have a limited number of Fs, and you can't hand them out willy-nilly. You have to hold them and invest them in the things that are most important to you. And this concept of yourself and where your identity lies. The closer your identity is to you and what you can immediately control around you, the happier you're going to be, the more energy you're going to have, and the more you're going to be able to persevere in the activities that are aligned with your purpose. But if you start allowing your identity of like yourself to expand out to these things that you can't control, I am a Republican, I am a Democrat. When you start allowing anybody that doesn't identify with you or that seemingly attacks that identity, when you allow yourself to engage and to get enraged or invest energy or and get into that, to things to something that you're not going to be able to change, right? You're not going to be able to change this person's mind. You're not going to win this argument. This person might be completely wrong in your eyes. None of that matters. You can't do anything about that. So if you bring it in a little bit and understand that, yes, I align with one political party, this person doesn't, but whether they agree with me or not doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, right? You're not going to convince that person. And the same thing with the Tennessee tornado, very terrible event that happened. And we can feel and we can have empathy and we can donate money. But we can't let it get to the point where it stops us from being who we need to be, the best person that we can be for ourselves and for the people around us. So that's my main thing for you today is watch where you're engaging other people. And this is an awareness that is going to take a lot of time to understand. And you're going to have a lot of blind spots in here. I still have blind spots in here. I'm still learning this, and I probably will be for the rest of my life. But there's times where, like, even like when I'm reading a news article, and I just let myself go into the comments, and I see somebody that's just so blatantly off the wall, and I just want to write something, and then I stop myself. I'm like, what's the point? What are you going to do? You're not going to change that person's mind. All it's going to do is get you angry when they respond back to you in a toxic way. There's no point. So I stop. I might have even typed something and I just delete it and leave. And then I never think about it again. And that's kind of my litmus test. Am I going to forget this person's name? Am I ever going to think about this thing again? And 2 minutes after I go on scrolling or I go on to what I'm doing in my day, I have no idea even what article I was thinking about or where that happened. So think about, like, as you're going into any kind of discussion or anything that starts getting your temper up or anything that starts draining your energy, and ask yourself, is this something that's pulling my attention away from what I need to do today to get healthier, to be more successful, to develop my purpose, to move to become the person that I want to be? So if you're comfortable with it, drop in the comments in this video. What is something that I can avoid today? What is something that I typically engage in that I can avoid today that drains me of my energy and my ability to move forward? I'm really interested to see what you guys come up with. All right, that's it for today. Have a great day. Happy hump day. And I'll catch you tomorrow morning. Keep moving forward. See ya.